Robert Kiyosaki grew up with two father figures. One was his biological father, a highly educated man who worked as a government employee. The other was his best friend's father, a successful entrepreneur who never finished college. Since childhood, Robert often heard two very different pieces of advice. Poor dad. Robert, study hard, get good grades, and find a stable job. Rich dad. Robert, don't just work for money. Learn how money works for you. Robert grew up feeling confused. Which one was right? Until one day, he asked his rich dad. Robert, Dad, how can I become rich? Rich dad, you must learn to understand money. Schools teach us how to work for others, but they rarely teach us how to make money work for us. That was when everything changed. While other kids were busy playing, Robert started learning about small businesses. He and his friend began collecting used books and renting them out to their schoolmates at a low price. One day, poor dad saw him and said, "Poor dad, Robert, that's not a real job. It's better to focus on your studies so you can get a good job in the future." But Robert remembered rich dad's words. Rich dad, poor people work for money. Rich people make money work for them. Robert began observing the wealthy people around him. He saw that they didn't just rely on salaries, they had investments, businesses, and assets. So, he started learning about real estate, stocks, and entrepreneurship. Robert, if we want to be rich, we must learn how money works. As the years passed, Robert didn't just become wealthy, he also shared his knowledge with the world through his book Rich Dad Poor Dad. The book changed the way millions of people think. He proved that being rich or poor is not just about how much money we have, but how we think about money. Robert murmured, "Being rich or poor isn't about having a high or low salary. It's about mindset. Learn, and let money work for you." So, do you want to think like Poor Dad, or Rich Dad?